What is going on? What up, everybody? I'm here. I'm finally doing it. This is gonna be the long advertised. I've told everybody about podcast. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I'm just gonna let things progress pretty natural, But trying to do a little different to where uh, you ain't got to worry about so much visually checking out stuff. I'll have some of that on here if you want to pop in and look at some things, but it's mostly going to be an audio type of thing. I think it's easier that way because when I listen to podcasts personally, I usually like to have it on while I'm doing something. I could pop it on and listen to it, and I could just go about what I'm doing and still have that voice in my ear telling me things, giving me comedy, whatever entertains me is what I'm trying to say here. So yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna let this progress naturally though, so I don't know what topics I'm really gonna cover with this thing. I guess it'll be probably things I like, and I don't know. I'm gonna try to stay away from the more stressful type of stuff in the world. I want a little break from your mind, I guess you could say. But I'm sure with the way the world is today, that it'll make its way in here. So I'm sure it'll happen. So we'll probably get into some controversial topics here as this thing goes along, as it progresses. As far as scheduling, I really don't have any solid plan for scheduling. I want to upload, I would say, like 3 times a week. So I want to try to do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type of deal, but I don't know if that's going to work because I do have another channel that I upload stuff on, and it's mostly gaming stuff. So it's trying to handle 2 channels like this is very time consuming on top of working full time. So we'll see how it goes though. We'll see how this we'll just go and let it naturally progress. You know what I'm saying? But it'll be a lot of topics on stuff I like. I'm an avid movie watcher, avid TV show watcher. My friends will tell you that. Um, I grew up on comic books, so I'm all about the superhero stuff. I love anime. Um, music, it doesn't, I mean, I like every genre of music. My motto is I'll listen to anything as long as it's good, and I don't care what genre it is. The funny thing is, like, it's been years and all I've been listening to is like Korean music or K-pop as it's more popularly known, which is crazy because when people think about the name of, like, you say, hey, I listen to K-pop or whatever, people think that it's like some kind of, like, I don't know, Katy Perry type deal, but it's not. That title is like, it's like an umbrella, and inside of it there's rock inside of it, there's classical, there's ballads, there's hip hop, there's all kinds of stuff in there. There's like R&B aspects to it. It's just, and the reason why I listen to it now, and I haven't listened to American like music, and I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a long time. And but the reason why it's so great to me is because, and I'm getting off topic here, but I'm gonna go on this for a minute. The reason why it's so good to me is because it reminds me of the old school days of MTV. And what I mean by that is it reminds me of like MTV's golden age when it was just about music, not reality shows. It was all about, music. There was even music reality shows at one point before the Jersey Shore and all that stuff took over. But it was all about like Countdown with Carson Daly and none but music videos. Everybody's rushing to see the new music videos and stuff like that. That's how the Korean music scene is right now. It's dope. Like their music videos are like movies. They have numerous shows that are nothing but music based. Um, and they're actually better than our shows. Like our X Factors, our American Idols ain't got nothing on these Korean shows. Let me tell you. All right. I'll get off it. Just know, big K-pop fan, okay, or big Korean music fan, in general. But let's get to some topics, man. Like I said, I'm a big comic book guy. So I guess it's only right for me to start off on a topic that's been pretty much in the last 2 weeks. It's been around, and that is, some movies getting canceled over there at Warner Brothers. Batgirl, for instance, got canceled, and I'm kind of for it because it's like when you think about it, it's like it's like it's a movie that no one asked for in the first place. Like no one asked for that movie. Like no one asked for Batgirl. And cause Batgirl herself, right? Batgirl herself, she's an okay character, I guess. She needs, the thing about Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, is that she needs a supporting cast to be relevant. So she needs the Bat family to really be relevant, because her alone she's not a strong character. Like she needs that oomph, because like with that, like her biggest, I think the biggest thing that happened to her in comics, two big things. So the first one was the Killing Joke, which was a comic book way back, where the Joker actually shot her in the back and like severed her spine, and she became paralyzed, and she just didn't want to stop being a hero, so she became Oracle. Oracle is she's kind of like Batman's, I don't want to say GPS. she's kind of like she's in the Bat family's ear, and she feeds them information constantly. She's the one at the helm. She's guiding the team, so to speak, as they're out in the field. And I thought Oracle was actually a better character. I thought she was more interesting when she was Oracle than she was as Batgirl. But the second most interesting thing that happened to her in the comics was she actually made a rift between, at one point, Batman Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson Robin, who at the time was Nightwing. So the reason she did that is because she was dating Dick, fucked Bruce Wayne, word got back to Dick, and then there was pretty much some bad blood that caused Dick Grayson to stop talking to Bruce Wayne for a long time. I think it was up until, I might be getting my comics timeline mixed up here, but I think it was until Bruce actually died in the comics, and they were trying to pick the next Batman, and all these people came out the woodwork to try to take up the mantle. But yeah, so those are her two most interesting things. Well, to me, I guess you would say those are the most interesting things about that character. But this movie wasn't gonna cover none of that. So the most interesting parts about this character weren't even going to be covered. So I don't know, man. I don't know what I could say about this thing. This thing was pretty much doomed from the start. From what I heard, it was going to be ultra woke, and no one wants to see that. Like, everybody's tired of that BS. So get that out of here. I don't really know who the actress is, so I can't really say nothing about her. I don't know who Leslie Grace is. I do not know. But I can tell you this was not going to be her breakout role. Because this movie looked like trash from the beginning. Like, it looked horrible. Her suit looks horrible. The villains look horrible. The villains that they pick don't even make sense. When you have Batman, right? Batman's my favorite superhero, by the way. But when you have Batman, who has the greatest rogue galaxy or library of bad guys in all of comics, like, people will try to debate it, but it's undebatable. He has the best villains in all of comics. Second will probably be Spider-Man, but they're on two separate platforms. Batman's DC and Spider-Man's Marvel, so those villains don't even count. But Batman has the best villains, and you choose two villains that are, first off, they look like trash. Like, let's get that out the way right now. Brendan Fraser was going to play Firefly, who, I mean, unless you know the comics, no one knows who Firefly is. And definitely no one knows who Killer Moth is. So those are going to be her two main bad guys. And I think somewhere I read that this might be speculation, but people were saying like this movie was supposed to lead up to her teaming up with like Harley Quinn and stuff like that. And I was like, Harley Quinn's a villain. Why would she team up with her? It makes no sense. So, and then on top of that, this was supposed to be like an alternate timeline from most of the main DC EU. So it's like, I don't know what people are talking about, man. But Brendan Fraser was supposed to play Firefly. As we can go through, oh God, don't even get me started on this guy, Ezra Miller. I hope they cancel that movie next, which I heard it was a possibility from what I'm hearing from Discovery Plus, the Discovery Plus angle. And yeah, listen. I know what you're thinking. Okay, it's the same thing when I say Discovery Plus bought Warner Brothers that everybody says to me in the first place. They're like, Discovery, like the Discovery Channel. Yes, that Ice Road Trucker money pays real good. I don't know what to say. Like, Discovery came through with the reality show money, and they just been buying up channels and buying up everything. They own HBO Max now, which I hope they don't touch HBO Max. HBO Max is probably the best streaming platform in my opinion. It's really good. It's probably my favorite one. I hope they just don't flood it with like those reality shows like Naked and Afraid and stuff. Now, I'm not bagging on people that like that. It's just, there's just a million reality shows, and I just can't stand it. I do watch some, but I only watch the stupid ones. Like, just to get a laugh. But hopefully this Ezra Miller film gets canned, because it's going to be garbage too. But back to Batgirl. So the only saving grace I could see inside this whole movie was this right here. Michael Keaton's Batman. Michael Keaton to me is my favorite on-screen Batman. Like I love his Batman. Really, I like Kevin Conroy's Batman, but he's the voice of Batman in the animated stuff. And he'll always be the real Batman to me. Hands down. But Michael Keaton, I loved his Batman. Kristen Bell was okay. It's Val Kilmer sucked, by the way. George Clooney sucked. I'm not even going to talk about Ben Affleck. He's too jokey. Okay, I don't know what you want from me. He's too laughing. There's too much laughter in this Batman. I hate it. I hated it. But the thing about Christian Bale's Batman, and I know I'm forgetting Robert Pattinson. Listen, okay, I'm getting way off topic here, but we're just gonna go with it, okay? Before the Batman, okay, before The Dark Knight was my favorite Batman movie, okay? But the Batman is now my favorite superhero movie, comic movie of all time. Like, I loved it. And I was one of the ones that had no expectations. I didn't expect anything when that movie was coming out, because I thought, oh, Robert Pattinson, sparkly vampire, is going to play Batman. Great. And I didn't know how they were going to do the Riddler. I just didn't get it, So I went in with no expectations. I didn't even go see it in theaters. That's how skeptical I was. So I went into it with no expectations. I watched it on HBO Max, and I love that movie. I've seen that movie I don't know how many times now, and I love it. I know it's 2.5 hours to 3 hours, however long it is, but I was locked in every minute, because it brought back Batman to his roots of being a detective, which no other movie really does. Like, Christian Bale's Batman was mostly like, I don't know, I think his Bruce Wayne was better than his Batman, and that's not how it's supposed to be, because Batman's the main character, and it's almost like Bruce Wayne is the real, like, fake him, and Batman's the real him. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like Batman is, if Bruce is was really outward like that. What am I saying? You understand what I'm saying, okay? I'm trying to say that Bruce Wayne's real identity is Batman, not Bruce. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. And it shows. So, George Clooney, he wanted to be Bruce Wayne before Batman, and Val Kilmer was just, I hardly even remember his. Wasn't the Riddler in that? Wasn't Jim Carrey the Riddler in that? And Tommy Lee Jones Two Face? I think I'm thinking of Val Kilmer, right? It could be. I don't know. Anyways, I'm way off topic. But the Batman was great. It's my favorite Batman movie. I listen, applause, okay? I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I loved Colin Farrell's performance as the Penguin. It's a really good, well put together movie, and it hasn't been greenlit yet for the sequel. But from what I hear, and the atmosphere around Discovery is saying that they're going to let Matt Reeves go ahead and do his trilogy of it, and I'm here for it. I hope they don't change the tone of it. I hope they keep it how it is. But back to Batgirl's piece of trash. All right, so the only saving grace is going to be Michael Keaton's Batman to me. I didn't care about none of the other stuff in here. It looked horrible, man. I don't know nothing about Leslie Grace, the actress, like I said before. And the costume was trash. Like, where's the costume at? Do they have it? Yeah, this purple piece of trash. Look at this. This doesn't even look like. This just looks like. You know what this looks like? This looks like a CW costume. This looks like a CW costume, man. It looks like the CW. Why didn't they go with the more modern version, like the current comic book version of Batgirl, like with the black and gold? You know? Why didn't they go for that? This right here, this is dope. Like, it's dope. Why didn't they go for that? Oh, man. I just don't get it. And then you got Firefly. Okay, you got Firefly, who no one's gonna know about. He's not gonna look like that, by the way. I think I have it pulled up what he would have looked like. So I'll get to that in a minute. But Brendan Fraser was supposed to play Firefly. And if I'm not mistaken, Brendan Fraser already plays a DC character. He plays Robot Man in Doom Patrol, which is DC. So how you gonna have him as Firefly over here, and then have him over here? And I know people will throw up, well, Chris Evans was the Human Torch, and now he's Captain America. But I mean, those are. I don't even remember him as the Human Torch, to be honest. Like, I can't even remember it. I can't, like, in my head, I can't even visually see him as the Human Torch anymore. I had to watch the movie to even realize that was him. But but Doom Patrol is more current than the Fantastic Four was compared to Captain America, you know, in the timeline sense. Like they're not as close together as they are now. Brendan Fraser plays the robot on Doom Patrol currently, but he's gonna play Firefly, the villain. And then let's take a look at his Firefly. By the way, let's go over and check out this was supposed to be Firefly. Are you kidding me? This from this. What? See what I'm saying, man? See what I'm saying about the WB angle or the CW angle? See what I'm saying? This is, oh no. Hold on. Time out. Before you say anything, right? It gets better. Killer Moth. Okay? So this guy is the guy playing Killer Moth, and since the movie got canceled, he came out and said, hey, I might as well not hold on to this any longer, so here's what I was going to look like as Killer Moth. And I know you're waiting for me to, like, pan over and see some amazing design or something. No, this Italian dad in a tracksuit is Killer Moth. This velvet green tracksuit is Killer Moth. How do I know he's Killer Moth? Oh, wait, how can you tell that he's Killer Moth? Well, I didn't show you the best part. Yeah, I'm going to just let that resonate real quick. That's how you tell if he's Killer Moth. That right there. That right there. So here's Killer Moth, right? This is Killer Moth. What's he look like in the comics, you might ask? Well, let's take a look. So all of these are variations of Killer Moth. I'd rather have this goofy ass looking. I'd rather have this goofy ass looking clown pants having, I don't know, dude, the pterodactyl nose looking dude, over this tracksuit any day of the week. Any day of the week. This is utter garbage. Like, this is garbage. Now, I'm not saying that this suit isn't garbage. Oh, no. This is absolute trash. But I'll take this 10 out of 10 times over this. This dude looks like he follows women in the park when they're like running. That's what he looks like. He looks like he looks like a dude that's on the bench just chilling. He sees the girl jog by. Hey, how you doing? Hey, can I talk? Oh, fuck you then. That's what he looks like. That's what he looks like. Oh man. Look, this movie was doomed from the start. I'm glad it got canceled, and I hope this Ezra Miller Flash, I hope it gets canceled too, because it looks like garbage. They both look like garbage. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm a huge Batman fan, but dude, this movie was going to be horrible. Horrible. So, I don't know. I guess I'm going to stop talking about Batgirl before I get even more angry. Let's move on. So, with DC canon movies left and right, and a lot of movies are in jeopardy, what should they do? Now, I know they want to go the angle of, the strong woman or whatever, or the woman main character, which they already have with Wonder Woman in the first place. So what's the point? Why so much pressure on this? But there's so many other better characters, actually, that they can focus on. Like, you already have Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, which I wasn't a fan of, but whatever. Okay, whatever. She's Catwoman now. Okay, let's just move on. You have her as Catwoman. You have Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. But now you have Joker 2 coming out with Joaquin Phoenix. And now Harley Quinn is now Lady Gaga, which I mean, I didn't see it coming, but they're also saying like Joker's supposed to be a musical. So I don't know, man. They're saying like Joker's going to be a musical and it's going to be triple the budget of the first one. And I'm like, man, y'all are doing too much. Y'all going to ruin it. Okay. I thought now what people say about the Batman, about it being too long and drawn out, I think that about the Joker. I think it's a good movie. I think it was entirely too long. And I have a thing where characters from the Batman universe, and then you don't include Batman in it, that rubs me the wrong way as a Batman fan. I don't know. That's why I didn't watch Gotham, the TV show. But then they added Batman in it, so I'm still not watching it though. So I got a problem with saying that I'm not going to watch something and actually not watching it. But I should probably do that for research purposes, but I'm not. Like I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. Probably the only movie I haven't seen in the Marvel Comics universe, like their film universe, is probably Captain Marvel, and I'm not gonna watch it ever because of Brie Larson. Like, I don't care. I'm never watching that movie. I don't care if I was stuck on a train and somebody else beside me is watching it. I'll fall asleep. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not watching that shit. Just because of Brie Larson, because she's trash. But but what was I talking about? Jesus Christ, I'm getting off topic. I was talking about the characters, so female characters that they could use. So you have Catwoman as Zoe Kravitz. You have Lady Gaga now as Harley Quinn too. Which I don't know how they're going to do that. Is she now like in a different universe? And I don't know. We'll see how they do it. But if they're going to recast people and add stuff, they should take a whole new avenue. Like, why don't you go with like if you're going to recast, all right, let's get a little fan casty here. If I'm going to recast Harley Quinn, okay? And I think Margot Robbie is the perfect Harley Quinn. Don't get me wrong. I think she's like, that role is hers. Like, she's Harley Quinn. It's just like Scarlett Johansson is Black Widow. Okay. I think that no one else should do that role. But if I had to recast it, I'm going to go with Anya Taylor-Joy. I know she's from the Queen's Gambit, okay? And she did great on that show. That show was great, okay? And I think she would kill it. Like, I didn't like her as Magic in New Mutants. Magic is Colossus's sister from Marvel, from the X-Men. But I didn't like her in that. But I mean, she didn't do bad in that. But I think she would be a nice Harley Quinn. I think she would look good as Harley Quinn, you know? I think she looked better than Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, to be honest. I think she'd do a better job. I saw somebody say something about Emma Stone being Harley Quinn, and I don't know, man. I didn't watch her Cruella de Vil movie, so I don't know how good she is at being a villain like that, but I don't know. This will be my pick. Anya Taylor-Joy would be my pick as Harley Quinn. And then what you should do is you should take those and put them in Gotham City Sirens, and not that god-awful Birds of Prey movie that was put out. If you want the Gotham City Sirens, do it right. And there's 3 women right there that you could have that are good characters. They have their own stories that are actually pretty dope. Like, you can have her, and then my other pick for Gotham City Sirens, Natalie Dormer. That's right. She could play Poison Ivy. She looked like Poison Ivy when she played Marjorie in Game of Thrones. By the way, Marjorie, my favorite character in Game of Thrones. Or my favorite female character in Game of Thrones. Okay. My favorite character in Game of Thrones is actually Ghost, the wolf. So take it how you want, but that's my favorite character. But Marjorie is, I think that she would do great as Poison Ivy. I even saw somebody spit out that Emma Stone should play Poison Ivy. I guess it was just because of the red hair, but I don't know, man. If you want the Gotham City Sirens, I would say do that. You want to put Zoe Kravitz in there, put her in there. That's fine. Personally, I'd rather see her as I'd rather see, like, I got her pulled up too, Marina Baccarin as Catwoman, but that's neither here nor there. But I got up here too. I got pulled up Zatanna. So if you want to go, I think Discovery should go a little bit darker side of the DC universe. That's what I think they should do. If they're trying to like overhaul it, not only should they do like the Gotham City Sirens, which is Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn, but you should just go all dark. I'm talking like go R-rated Deadpool dark and pull out John Constantine, which will lead to this character, Zatanna. And this is the chick that I think would be killer. I think she'd be dope in it. She was in 007. She killed it. She was in something else too, and I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what movie I seen her in, but she was dope in that movie too. I can't remember what it was. But I just remember seeing her in James Bond, and I was like, oh, that's what's her face? And I can't remember what movie it was, but I think she would kill Zatanna. Now, here's the thing though. My first pick for Zatanna would have been actually Gal Gadot, who is Wonder Woman. That would have been my first pick. But she's Wonder Woman. But I just think Gal Gadot would fit Zatanna way better. Way better. The accent and the way she acts, you know, her acting style, I think it would fit the Magic chick a lot better than it would Wonder Woman. I got Marina Baccarin pulled up here because I just seen it and I was like, I don't want her to be Zatanna though. Catwoman maybe, but Zatanna, no, I don't want that. So I think they should go darker. I think they should go more of the Magic side, more dark. And then, you know, I think they succeed that way. They just need to go a different route than what Marvel's doing. You know, Marvel, they say they want to be more like Marvel, but I don't think they should. I think they should stay in their own lane. You have the Suicide Squad, which was great. You have the Batman, which was great. You have even John Cena's show, Peacemaker, was great. Like, it was awesome. I don't know why they just don't go that route. Just listen. Just give the reins to Matt Reeves and James Gunn, and just let them have at it. Just let them have creative control over all the properties coming out. Now you can keep Jason Momoa as Aquaman. That's fine. I got no problem with his Aquaman. Fine. Keep it. Gal Gadot, if you want her as Wonder Woman, that's fine. I'd rather see her as Zatanna, but that's just me. But you can't reboot her now. You have to keep her the way she is. So We'll see, man. I think it's going to be interesting what DC's going to do. Well, not even DC. I think it's interesting what Discovery Plus is going to do in terms of these movies and properties, because it's going to be weird. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. What else can we? All right. So next topic here. So I've already been talking about the Batman. Um, uh, let's see. What can I say about this movie? It was. I don't know what I can really say because the movie was awesome to me. Like I loved it. I know it's long. If you haven't seen it, it's a long movie. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a long movie, and but I was well, I guess because I'm a Batman fan, maybe that's why I was so clued into it. But I just loved the movie, man. I thought the performances were great. I thought the plot was good. I thought the detective angle was really good, which that is not shown a lot, like I said. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. Here's what solidified this as my favorite movie or favorite Batman movie. That scene with the introduction of the Batmobile, when you just hear that scream of that turbine, that jet turbine engine, and you hear the V8 revving up in that muscle car, dude, that scene is iconic and legendary. Like, as soon as I saw that, I said, well, you got me. Like, I love muscle cars, but it wasn't that. It was just that scene. It was like, it was like the whole movie just changed tones right there. It was like, you knew this was something else when you saw that scene. And if you don't believe me, go check the scene out. Like, go rewatch just the scene on YouTube, or if you haven't seen the movie, pop it in, and you'll understand. That scene is so dope because it's just like it's like got fear in it, and it's got like the thrill. It's just it's crazy. And I know it's just a car revving up. Okay, I get it, but I'll let you know my experience with the movie and why I liked it so much. That scene just changed the tone for me. That scene like solidified how good this movie really was. And it was just, the chase was even good because I saw this on I think I saw somebody post this in the comment under the actual like YouTube video of that scene. Somebody said that this wasn't a chase scene, this was more of a hunt scene. And when you think about it and you watch the scene, they're right. They're right. It was absolutely dope. And I hope that when he does the trilogy, hopefully he gets greenlit to do the trilogy, which I guess they're saying that he's going to get the green light for it. I hope he doesn't change a lot. You know what I mean? I hope he keeps that same tone, that dark, gritty Gotham City, and the whole tone of the movie was just good. You know, I hope they keep that. Don't try to, clean it up too much. And you can bring other people into it. I hope they bring back Henry Cavill as Superman. I hope Discovery Plus does do that because I actually enjoyed his Superman. I think they didn't give him as much freedom to make that character his own though, because Henry Cavill's great as far as acting goes. He was great in The Men from Uncle. That movie was dope. Like, I love that old school spy type movie. It was great. He was great in that. He's great on Witcher. I like him in Witcher, so he might be the next James Bond. Which, I mean, I don't hate it. I just rather have Idris Elba because I like Idris Elba as an actor, and I think it would be dope for him to be James Bond just because he's already British, and he played Luther already, so he's used to that type of role. But I just think that would be a dope role for Idris, and I think James Bond would benefit from that from him taking the reins because he's such a good actor. And they don't have anything currently like, he's got some kind of genie movie or something going on. I think I saw a preview too. This is his newest movie, which was weird, but he's pretty much done in the Marvel comic universe since Heimdall's been killed. So I don't think he'll be back in the MCU anytime soon. He did say, though, I did see a post where he said that he was working on something big for DC. So maybe we'll see Bloodsport again. Maybe Bloodsport versus Henry Cavill's Batman. or Henry Cavill Superman, I'm sorry. Or Bloodsport versus, I would love to see Bloodsport in the Batman universe. That would be dope. That would be dope. I think that would actually be pretty sweet to see. But I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited though. I'm excited that Discovery Plus came in and they actually showed that they mean business. You know, they actually showed like, hey, we're not playing around with this. We're gonna take this in a whole new direction, and hopefully they can get on track because from a comics perspective, to be honest, DC has better stories than Marvel. Like, if I'm being honest, like DC stories are just better. I know we got the Infinity Saga in there and stuff, but you got Crisis on Infinite Earths. Really, the story I would love to see, which is my favorite comic book story, is Dark Knight's Metal, which is where the Batman Who Laughs came in. And most people don't know who the Batman Who Laughs is unless you're tuned in the comics. I'm pretty sure you've seen the Batman Who Laughs. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of him. But the Batman Who Laughs is he's a Batman from a different universe. He's from the negative universe. So basically every universe has a counter universe. There's more dark universes or negative universes than there is regular universes. But he comes from a negative universe. He comes from Earth negative. Let me see. Earth negative 22, I think, was his universe. I might be getting that wrong. I don't know. It's been a while since I read the whole comic, but let's see if I can pull up a picture of the Batman Who Laughs so you can see him. Yeah, here we go. So this is the Batman Who Laughs. So the Batman Who Laughs is I'm gonna butcher the backstory here, but I'm trying to give you a fast version of the story. So the story with this is, in all these universes, all these negative universes, Batman turns evil in all of these. So there's an evil Batman, there's an evil Superman, there's an evil this and that. But most of these universes where Batman turns evil, he ends up killing Superman. Now in this particular universe, he actually killed the Joker, and it turned Bruce Wayne crazy. So Bruce Wayne actually became the Joker in this universe, and he became the Batman Who Laughs, which is crazy because when you think about it, think about this. Think about how smart Batman is, right? How skilled he is at martial arts, how rich he is. Think of all the stuff that has to do with Batman, right? And then add the Joker's insanity. Just imagine how bad this dude is. He's 10 times worse than what you're thinking right now. This dude just manipulates everyone. He manipulated everybody. I know you're thinking that what I was thinking at first is this visor, man. How does he even see out of this? Well, apparently there's like a computer in this visor, and he can see everything. It gives him all the data on whatever he's looking at. Like, so he'll know your name, your social security, how much money you got in the bank, like what's in your pockets. He knows everything from that visor, man. But it's such a badass character. And there's a ton of different Batmans in this series, and I just loved it, man. It was just great. I love this story. I'm probably gonna reread this story now because it was so good. It was so good. The funny thing is, this guy isn't even my favorite evil version of Batman. The Batman Who Laughs is badass, but he's not even my favorite version. There's two other versions that are really good. Let me see if I can find them. There's one called the Red Death, right? See if I can find him. The Red Death, and this is where this dude is Batman as the Flash, and he looks dope. Like the Red Death looks dope. And then he's not my favorite either, but I'll show him to you. Hold on. Let me pull him up here. And then I'll show you the one that I like. See if I can find her. Yep. The one I like is a chick. Okay. All right, I got them both. That one's pretty bad, but we'll go with it. I'll find one here that works. There we go. That should work. All right. So you've seen the Batman Who Laughs. Okay, let me go back to my screen. Seen the Batman Who Laughs. Now the other two that I like are the Red Death, which is this guy right here. He looks badass, and the way this is Batman became the Flash, and the story of how he became the Flash is hilarious. So the way he became the Flash is he took Barry Allen, okay, the Flash, strapped him to the Batmobile, and drove him into the Speed Force. and they and they meshed together when they came out. So it was nuts. The comic doesn't even do it justice, or this doesn't do it justice the way I'm saying it to how it looks in the comic. It was hilarious. I look it up. It was hilarious the way he had Barry strapped to the front of the Batmobile. But he looks dope because in the comic, when they actually get him to turn back to normal, and I don't know how I got on comics, by the way, but I guess this whole video is going to be about comics, I guess. So let's just go with that. But the funny thing about this is when he gets cured, right? When he transfers back into Barry Allen and the evil Batman goes away, like that persona goes out, they cleanse him, so to speak. He becomes a gold version of this. I'll see if I can find it in a minute. But it's gold and it looks sick. It looks sick. This already looks sick. But now my favorite version of the evil Batman is actually this version. She's called the Drowned, and she's dope. I forget her name, but she's Bruce Wayne, like gender bend. So she's a female version and her husband dies or something like that, and she takes over everything. She kills everybody, and then she eventually goes to Atlantis and just destroys everybody. She has like power to manipulate dark water and create these like squid dudes that are like zombies and stuff like that. She's badass. Her story is dope. Her story is so dope. But this comic is so dope. Like it's so sweet how this comic was done, and there's so many different characters in the series. Like so many evil Batman. There's a Batman that's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. There's a wizard Batman. There's so much stuff, man. It's so dope. There's a Batman that's called the Murder Machine, and it's basically a monster truck Batmobile. I'm not joking. He like mends Alfred. Alfred dies. I'm gonna butcher this, but Alfred dies, and then he puts Alfred's like twisted personality and his own inside of a Batmobile monster truck, and it becomes evil. It's crazy. Okay, it's just crazy. But Dark Knight's Metal is my favorite comic story series. It's so good, man. It's so good. If you can find somewhere to listen to it, or if you can find like I don't know if you can find it to read online. But if you can find somebody to read it online, I think you can look on YouTube. I think there's people that read the whole series and all the side issues straight through. It takes like 4 hours though, because the story's so long. But it's worth it. It's so good. It's so good. So I definitely check that out. But they're never gonna make that. There's no way. There's no way. That story is so complex. It would take all of their energy to make these stories, which it would be dope. Like if they took and made Dark Knight's Metal and just focused on that, and that was the whole new DCEU or film universe, that would be sweet. But they're not going to. They're not going to. There's no way. I don't want to see it actually, because I don't want them to mess it up. So hopefully they don't. But yeah. So there's that. I could get into some Marvel stuff, but Marvel's not really in the news. DC's in the news, you know. DC's the one that's getting everything axed and stuff like that, you know. And plus Marvel is having a whole nother problem with that god awful looking Black Panther 2. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, it was funny. Somebody posted a video under the trail, or somebody posted a comment under the trailer that said, Avatar 3 looks dope, and it's because they made they made the Atlanteans blue for some reason. They made Namor like a Mayan, who is like he's Aquaman. He's like Aquaman from Marvel. Is basically what Namor is. But or the Submariner, if you want to call him that. That's his superhero name, as Spider-Man would put it. Um, but I don't know, man. Marvel's. I'm not. I didn't really get excited for anything over there. I'm really excited for Blade, I guess, because I love Blade. But other than that, I'm really not interested in anything they got. It was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, Kang. We'll see. Kang the Conqueror's coming apparently. Or Kang Dynasty, my bad. That's what it's called. I mean, Secret Wars is coming. I mean, that's something. But we'll see, man. I'm not really looking forward to the new phase of Marvel, I guess. Unless they bring in my boy Silver Surfer and do him justice. If they bring in my boy Silver Surfer, you might get me on board. Oh man, but I don't know, man. How long have I been doing this? This video is gonna be crazy. Well, that's a podcast, so you're just listening anyways. Unless you wanted to check out those little slides or whatever, those pictures I was showing. It's been almost an hour, man. Like, that's crazy. When I start talking about comics, though, this is how it goes. I usually can ravel on for ages about stuff like that and anime and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess we'll call it there, man. You know, it's been a minute. It's been a nice little session here. You know, like I said, I don't really know the avenue I want to take with this show or podcast, but you know, I'll let it evolve naturally. And you know, some people will probably give me feedback and let me know what kind of stuff they want to hear from me. And you know, I'm always open to feedback. You know, if you want to give me some ideas on topics to cover, or you know, I'm thinking about doing like stuff I'm watching. Like every week I'll give a movie that you can watch, and you know, I'll watch it again and then I'll review it and something like that. I'll do the same with like TV shows. Give you some anime if you want. I can give you some music references. Like I said, I'm K-pop over here, so you know, it'll mostly be that. But you know, discovering new things is always great. So you know, we'll see. Like I said, I'll let this progress naturally, and we'll see where it goes. I'm excited though. You know, it's going to be fun to try to discover this little avenue that I got going on. So, hopefully I can get to streaming here, or not streaming. Oh well, maybe we'll get to that. Maybe we'll get to live streaming here, depending on how this show goes. But for right now, this is what we got, and I'm gonna try to be consistent with it. Well, except for in the wintertime when I'm doing all kinds of working pretty much around the clock. But we'll see. We're well a ways from that. That's like in November. So, but I'll still try to keep it consistent, and we'll see where it goes. But yeah, man, that's it. You know, I've been your uninvited guest for the evening. I am R15, and you know, until next time, I'll catch y'all later. You know, peace.